We finally have the Google Pixel 8 Pro, the 8 Pro, the 8, the brand new Watch 2, and of course, brand new colorway for the Buds Pro from Google. All of these devices have many different colors and many different options, and today we're going to do an epic Google Pixel unboxing, for the lack of a better term. We're unboxing every single color of the Pixel 8 Pro. We're also going to unbox one Pixel 8, and I think it was a gray color, but we're also going to be unboxing 4 different Pixel Watch 2s. Those are going to be, one of them is an LTE, and the other ones are going to be available in different colors that you're able to pick up. And of course, last but not least, is this brand new, and I think I want to say this is the fog color Buds Pro, the brand new colorways that they put out. So, without further ado, this is TK, and this is a Google Pixel Epic unboxing. Let's check it out. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. So in front of us, we have all of the devices. As I mentioned to you guys, we have the Pixel 8 Pro in 3 colors. There's going to be the options available here. There's the Bay one, this is the Porcelain one, and of course there's the Obsidian. So there's 3 different versions there. We have the Fog color for the Buds Pro. These are one of the 2 colors that they just announced. And of course we have the Pixel 8. So that's going to be the standard. We have only one of those guys. And of course when it comes down to the Watch 2, we're looking at Watch 2 in black on black. We're also looking at Watch 2 in LTE, blue on silver as far as the watch itself. Here we have more of a cream color, and of course the silver color again. And last but not least is it's more of that color that matches last year's Pixel 7 Pro. So definitely really nice, very good. But let's go ahead and start diving into all of the Pixel goodness. So here are the 4 watches that I have. There's the hazel, this is the porcelain, and this is the bay color, very much the same blue color that they're using for the Pixel 8 Pro. And of course we have the black one, or closer to the obsidian color. You can notice that there's different colors as far as the actual casing. So the watch itself is either in gold, silver, and of course silver again, or black. So as far as the black one, and then the one we have in here, this is going to be a few things that we can actually share. First and foremost, this is the only one that I have that's LTE. There are other options, of course. We're going to take a look and see if there's any physical differences between an LTE model and, of course, a standard model. And one of the biggest things that I'll probably say is overall, when you're first looking at these devices or these watches, is that the packaging actually is different than what we got last year. Last year was more of a squarish, in more of a pair. Basically, you just opened it up, kind of like you lifted the box. Here, you remove it, and it opens up like a book. So what we're looking here is, this is the Pixel Watch 2. This is again the, this is actually the one that's going to have the LTE supported bands on it. The one that I have on my hand right now is the Pixel Watch 2. That's the black on black on the left side. We'll notice that the new, obviously the new array of sensors are on the bottom. There is 2 bands in the actual package. You get to just look on the right side. You'll notice there's that second band, and this one's going to be the longer one that you're able to put on the watch in case you wanted to be able to use it. For me, I'm using the long one. That's pretty much how you do it. You just remove the small one, put it back in, and it's pretty much straightforward. So again, the size of the watch doesn't change. The band on the watch changes so that it fits the wrist that you have. The charger is a 4-pin charger, so it's going to be present here on the right side. I'm going to share with you guys what it looks like here. It's basically just 4 pins. Let it focus, and this is going to be the way you charge your watch. It connects to it, it is magnetic, and it will charge your watch, and it's actually pretty fast, so make sure to actually use the charger. It will give us about 24 hours worth of battery life with the always on display on. You can actually go almost to 2 days with always on display off, and of course mute notifications overnight. You're not going to have any problems there. Battery life on this has definitely been improved. It is powered by the W5 chip from Qualcomm. It's a difference from what we had last year. Also, we have 2 gigs of RAM and of course 32 gigabytes of storage, so you can actually load up your music. This one does have LTE. The non-LTE model will obviously not have other than wireless, basically Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity. This one supports Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, as well as LTE. It does require its own line on your account, and then you can pair it with your smartphone, be it a Pixel or any device. Again, it is independent, but it does have LTE functionalities. And the good thing about it is you get pretty much the same experience across the board with all of those other colors that we have in there. Swear to God, these 2 are made for each other, although this is last year's device and this is this year's color. Definitely very nice. And of course, as I said, there's blue, there's all the other options, and you can basically pick whichever device matches your the best configuration, and you can actually mix and match and replace these bands. So I would probably say is make sure you pick the color of the actual watch, or the actual frame of the watch, to match what you need. There's an action button present right there to be able to launch basically your recents. Press and hold, you're able to launch the assistant. And of course, all the different complications that you want to be able to do. It is integrated with Fitbit. At its core, this is a Fitbit with Android Wear on it, running Android Wear 4.0. So it's not going to disappoint. Download the application directly from the Google Play Store and get ready to use it. Now we have all of the Pixel 8 and 8 Pros, obviously the 8 and the 3.8 Pros, and of course the buds themselves. The first thing I'll probably say, let's go ahead and just take out the buds, because I feel like the buds are pretty much going to be the one that we can kind of see the new color and see how it actually reflects. And here we are. Again, this is pretty much the same specification as we had before. There's not really much changed other than the fact that we have a new colorway coming in. And you can definitely see the colors look beautiful. The buds themselves, very, very nice. And of course, compact. You're getting all the optimization, all of the updates and everything that's gone through. And of course, the magnetic on the back, wireless charging, wire charging, and connectivity directly to your smartphone, and of course Fast Connect, as it actually does support Google Fast Connect on that one. Very nice, very good. I think those two colors that were announced, this one is what they call the fog. Very simple and very easy. So now we have all of the Pixel 8 Pros and of course the Pixel 8. There's a few things we're going to talk about. Obviously, we're going to cover the specifications, some of the improvements, the differences that we have here from this guy, the Pixel 7 Pro from last year. Also, one of the biggest thing is, unfortunately, this color did not carry over this year. We actually have Bay, the Obsidian, and Porcelain as the new colors that we have in here, and that's going to be the new colors going forward for at least 2024. Now, although the Pixel 8 is listed as the hazel color, you can definitely see that they actually went with a slightly more, I would say basically less vibrant color, and of course we lost the golden color on the Pixel 8. So the Pixel 8 is listed as the hazel color, and this is what we had last year. Again, I really missed this one, that golden and hazel color, or I would probably call it like an amber or even a jade color. Definitely a very unique experience here on a Pixel 8. But again, we basically have a very nice one, the TK Bay color, the Bay color. It's a blue basically color. The Obsidian obviously black, and of course the Porcelain is the replacement of the white one that we had last year. So we're going to start off by doing the Pixel 8 first, since that's going to be one of the only unique ones, and then we'll go ahead and jump in from the Bay, Obsidian, and then Porcelain. Here we have it. So this is the hazel one. Let's go ahead and let it focus a little bit, as you see there. It's still the same frame all around that we can definitely see here, the new prominent experience that we have in there. It is still a raised kind of a visor on the back, but the nice thing is it goes across the entire device. I have a microphone at the top on the left side, pretty much open except for that single SIM tray that we have. This will support an eSIM, so it's a single SIM with an eSIM. On the bottom, we have access to the bottom fire speakers, and of course, we have the USB-C charging cable there. It's going to be USB 3.1. On the right side, we have the power button as well as the volume rocker. On the display, we'll notice a couple of things here. Obviously, we saw here the volume rocker, the power button as we have in there. Fingerprint sensor is in the display, and of course it is powered with, and well, we'll be using USB-C, and it is going to be very nice, just very good, flat display, very clean, and of course, again, this is the hazel one, the brand new Pixel 8. One of the biggest things I'll probably say here is some of the improvements and changes from last year is it is a slightly smaller display at a 6.2-inch display, but the display itself did gain up to 120 Hz refresh rate as opposed to what we had at 90 Hz last year. The camera stack that we have in here is pretty much similar. We have a 2-camera stack in the back, and we don't have the temperature sensor that we have in the back end there. Wire charging, wireless charging, and of course 30-watt supported in there. The cameras on the back are going to be the 50 megapixel at f1.7. That's pretty much the same camera that we have on the Pixel 8 Pro. And of course the ultra wide is the 12 megapixel camera variant as opposed to the 48 megapixel camera. So it is necessarily the exact same camera sensor except for the main one. And so when we drop from the main one on the ultra wide, we actually get somewhat what is closer to what we had last year from Google. That's the 12 megapixel 2.2 that we had on the Pixel 7 Pro. So not that bad, but again, slightly different than what we have in there. And we're going to notice that that's kind of a theme going on. The 8 is not necessarily a copy of the 8 Pro with a smaller body. It actually still has some features that are not necessarily there. The 8 Pro is definitely jumping in and going much higher this year. But again, I really like this color. And of course, in the box, we have the OTG adapter. This is going to be USB-A to USB-C to be able to connect our older devices to be able to transfer our data. We can obviously use it wired or wirelessly. They still do include the USB-C to C cable in the box, so that's going to be nice to be able to connect our old device as well if you can't use the adapter in there. We don't get a charger in the box. That's something that we haven't seen for a couple of years, and of course we just have the materials in there, and I think there's a SIM ejector tool somewhere that we'll be able to use. So one thing to just do a quick comparison between last year and this year's Obsidian, I actually will take my statement back. It is actually absolutely this exact same color except the visor changed. So we lost the gold tones that we had last year. It pretty much just now is a hazel all across. but they did carry the exact same color. So if you're very fan or a big fan of this color, unfortunately we won't have it on the 8 Pro, but we'll definitely have it on the 8. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start it off. We're going to go ahead and with the Pixel 8 Pro. This is the bay, the obsidian, and the black. We'll go ahead and do the turn them around. Now, as you see here, all three colors are pretty much the same material, and we actually have a couple of things that are a little different. On the black one, you'll notice that the visor itself, let's go ahead and bring this one. This is the obsidian one. Let's bring it up. You can see here that the color itself does actually kind of somewhat match what the backing is. This is a matte finish on all three. Definitely no fingerprints at all. This is very nice kind of a texture. They changed it from what we had last year with that mirror finish that we had, where it was definitely a fingerprint magnet. You can definitely see it. You always have to kind of keep cleaning it up. This one, very nice and very clean. This one, that was the obsidian. This is going to be the blue one. This is the bay one. Let's go ahead and let it focus. And this one's actually more of a silver and blue. And then, of course, that silver carries all around the device. Also, the display is flat. It is brighter. It's one of the new options that we got in here. Still runs at 120 hertz. And, of course, it is going to be giving us that IP68 water resistance and LTPO panel, all the good stuff. Let's go ahead and put this one down and actually bring this one up. So one of the things you'll definitely notice here at the top, we have the microphone as we had before. On the side, volume rocker, fingerprint sensor is built in directly into the display. Very nice, very quick. I'll go ahead and put that back. We'll put it in a second. SIM tray here, single SIM with an eSIM built in inside, and of course the dual speakers on the bottom. Very much a similar experience. It definitely holds heavier. It is bigger, and one of the biggest things that I really like about it is the camera stack. Let's go ahead and bring this in. I don't have that logged in. It's picking up all the other NFC tags, by the way. Is the camera stack on the back is just a little bit different than what we had last year. Last year we had a triple camera stack, but the ultra wide was a 12 megapixel camera. This year it's a 50 primary, 48 and a 48. And the main benefit that we have here is that both the 50 and the 48 from last year both benefited from better basically a lower f-stop. So we went down to f1.9, sorry, m.7 from an f1.9, and the ultra wide is down to an f2.0, which is much better even when it goes up with a higher megapixel. So we have a better ultra wide, a better telephoto, and a better primary camera, definitely updated. The bump on the back is a little bit thicker than what we had last year. So if we had to kind of put them next to each other, you'll put them next to each other. You could definitely see here, it's a little bit thicker and it stands off a little more. The way I know how to do this essentially is, if I put the Pixel 7 Pro here on top of it, you'll notice that there's still a gap between it. You can see the white on the other side. But if I put the Pixel 8 Pro on it, there is no gap between it. It actually touches all the way around, and there's the gap on the actual device. So a little bit thicker, and you can definitely see the main camera sensor there is definitely more prominent. We don't have that separation between the sensors. And then, of course, last but not least, is that temperature sensor that is built into the 8 Pro only. Wireless charging, wire charging at 30 watts, and of course, display that looks beautiful, flat, no more curves. That's something that we had last year. It was a slight curve that was present there, but we lost that, so it's pretty much just a flat display. And when it comes down to all three colors, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I honestly like all of the three colors, and I think black and blue definitely look really good. It's going to come down really more to personal choice. I think that a porcelain looks really nice. It's ever so gentle, ever so subtle. Reminds me basically of a lot of other colors like that we've seen in the past. Again, same configuration, but it's more of a silver on the top and slightly tinted. You'll notice it's not exactly the same tune as we have it here. So there's a slightly, an ever so slight color on the actual tuning there for the band. Camera, sensor, everything, flat display, all the beautiful stuff. Still, unfortunately, no charger in the box, but other than that, the 8 Pro is definitely looking to be the powerhouse for Google, at least in 2023, and of course, most of 2024 as well, running Android 14 out of the box. So how was I able to do all of this? It's pretty simple, actually. I have a couple of friends that are picking up some of these devices, and they were gracious enough to let me unbox their devices on camera. That's, if you notice, I wasn't removing the plastic off the display because that's actually going to be their device, and I wanted that experience, or at least that part of the experience, to stay new for them. For me, the 7 Pro, or sorry, the 8 Pro, the 7 Pro is the one I'm actually switching from. That was actually a gift from Teampixel, so I want to say thank you very much to Teampixel for sending me and allowing me to check out this device, as well as the Pixel Watch LTE. The other two watches that we were looking at, or the other watches, were also part of that experience where they were my friends. So my hope is that you found a color combination between the watches and the phones that works for you. I like the material that they're using on the back. It is definitely much better, less fingerprint prone. There is no screen protector. I forgot to mention this when we were doing this. There is no screen protector pre-installed, so you do need to pick up your own. Obviously, there is no case, and there is no charger in the box. So for the most part, a USB-C to C cable, a USB-A to C adapter, and of course, just I think it's similar to a removal tool, which I didn't actually look too far for, but for the most part, you're not going to be disappointed. This device carries the aesthetics of what we saw last year. And again, I really wish we had a hazel in the 8 Pro. This year we pretty much have it only on the 8, although we lost that dual tone function. The 8 series seems to be more of a single tone, so if it's a hazel color, it carries over pretty much the same. Where when you go over to the 8 Pro, you get that nice little more bigger aesthetics, better optics, more pro features. There's a lot of other things we didn't get a chance to dive into from a software experience. All of these devices are shipping with Android 14 out of the box. And of course, if you have a Pixel 7 or 7 Pro, or even the last 3 years worth of Pixels, make sure you to hit that update or software update, because Android 14 is rolling out for you. So I hope that you liked this video. Let me know in the comments below which color combination is your favorite, and if you did pick one up, which one did you get? Like and subscribe as usual. I'll see you in the next video, and of course, as always, this has been an epic Pixel unboxing video. Bye bye for now.